Yaakov from gypsyandjazz.com, and I want to give you a short introduction to gypsy jazz accompaniment and technique in your right hand. When we play La Pompe, we take the role of the drummer. We play swing and we want to swing all the way. So what is the drummer doing? He has the hi-hat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he have the ride. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and right, and we want to imitate it in the guitar. So for that we have two movements, one for the ride and one for the hi-hat. Let's start with the ride. The first movement of the ride is up down with a quick jump up. Up down. Alright, with a quick jump up. Be aware that you have to hit all the strings when we play up and when you play down. Down and a quick jump up. And the hi-hat is only a quick downstroke. So let's do it together. 3 and down, 2, 3 and down, 2, 3 and down, 2, 3, 4 and down, 2, 3 and. The second movement is downstroke. So you need to play a fast downstroke to hit all the strings. 2, 3 and down, 2, 3, 4 down, 2, 3, 4 down, 2, 3, 4 down, 2, 3, 4 down. You know, when a drummer plays, it's not even eights. It's cha 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 cha. Now, if you freeze with your movement, with your hand after you play the first movement, here, if you freeze here, then you start the upstroke as far as you can. And then it's not even. It's not ta 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 ta. It's ta 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 ta. And you get that by freezing here, waiting as long as you can. You see, it's almost before I'm getting out of time, I start to play the second movement. So let's see it. Now I will hit all the strings, but I will emphasize the lower sound, and in the second movement, I will hit all the strings, but I will emphasize the higher ones, and I will freeze, so I will have the swing accent, and I will also play with the sustain in my first movement. Let's see it. 1, 2, 3, and. You see, the first movement is a little bit more long. It's not like the second movement, which is very, very short sustain. Alright, now let's add some chords. You know, in gypsy jazz, we don't play this triad. We play a chord, we call it 6 and 9. You have the thumb on the bass, and with my middle finger, I press those two strings together. With my index finger, I press on the third string. And now I want to press E and A together. So you can press with two fingers or only with the third, with the ring finger. And you get. Now I will let you hear this La Pompe with this typical chord. 1, 2, 3, and. If it's hard for you, I will give you a much simple shape, G6. We have my middle finger on the bass, my index finger on E, pinky on B, and ring finger on D. The first string is mute and the fifth string is mute. So if the 6 and 9 is hard for you, you can play this chord. And let's add a few more chords. We can add G sharp diminished. So you have G sharp on the bass and B with your ring finger on the third string, and you make a short barré with your index finger that will hold the fourth, third and second strings. So you have the bass, F, B and D. This is G sharp diminished. Next we are going to have A minor 7. You have the bass here on A, and I'm making a short barré with this finger. I can also play it on 4 strings and hold it with my thumb. Or you can play it like this if you don't want to play on the first string. And the next chord we are going to play is D7 and 9. You have D, F sharp, C and E. Now in Gypsy Jazz we usually trying to find chords with all the strings, so you can play with the ring finger on the third, second and first string, and you can press with your middle finger on the fifth and sixth strings together, and then you have 6 strings chord. So this is for D7 and 9. Then we have B, G over B. It's like this G, yeah? You have D, then you have E, F and G, but I take the finger from my first string to the 6th string. And then you have B, G, D and G again. Alright? This is G over B. And the last chord for this progression is B flat diminished. The same as we have G sharp diminished, now we have B flat diminished. B flat and C sharp together. And my index finger having a short barré here. So the chord movement, just now get used to the chords. G, 6 and 9, or G6 if it's easier for you. G sharp diminished, A minor 7, and D7 and 9. And then G over B, B flat diminished, A minor 7 again, and D7 and 9 again. Now let's try to play La Pompe with this chord progression. Now, one very important thing is that you need to make your right hand independent when you play La Pompe, and that it won't be affected by changing chords. So first we can play a few bars for each chord, and then we can play only 1 bar or half a bar for each chord after you get used to the movements. So it will be something like that. You can also play it shorter for each chord. Alright, if I will play it a little bit faster. Let's see this typical ending. You can play this chord, G, B and E, like a triangle. G, B and D and E, G, B and E. And now the same shape here on the 5th, 4th and 3rd strings. And then you have D, F sharp and C. And we play with 2 shapes. And then you can play harmonics. Don't press the strings, just touch them and then take your fingers so they can ring. So we have down, 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 down. This is the ending. Only down. I can have a short up like in the upstroke of the swing. And together. Alright, now let's move on to another example. In D major, it will be the 1, 6 to 5. We have D6 and 9. I press with my ring finger, with my middle finger, A and D together, and F sharp and A together with my index finger. And here you need to press E and A. You can do it with 2 fingers or with 1 finger. Okay, now usually in jazz you can play only 4 strings, but in gypsy jazz we like to hear a lot of strings. So we have a full sound. So this is the chord. Then we play B minor 7, the same as we had A minor 7 before, so now it's here. B minor 7. Now we have the chord E minor 7. We have E with my middle finger, G with my index, D with my ring finger, and G with my pinky here. Now because we like chords with a lot of strings, I also press on this B note with this finger 2 strings. And the last chord for this progression is A7. So you can play A, G, C sharp and E. If you want to make this chord a little bit more interesting, you can play A7, 13 with the ring here. And if you want to make more tension, you can play the first flat 9 here on the bass. And then you have B flat instead of A in the bass. And G, D flat and C sharp and F sharp. So this is the progression. Oh. Now let's try to combine the La Pompe with this chord, with those chords. You see, sometimes I play this bass, sometimes this A, and then I can get some movement in the bass. If I play D and then B minor 7, E and B flat or A, I can create different sounds. You can hear it like that. Instead of playing the same bass all the time. Alright, and now let's see the last example. It's in G minor and we will take a minor blues. In the beginning of the lesson, if you remember, we played G major 6 and 9. Now if you will just take the index finger to here, you have a minor 6 and 9 chord. Now if it's hard for you, you can play it like this. Okay, we had G6, and now just I take this pinky to the minor, this is the third to here, and I have a minor 6. Alright? So we have G minor, and then we have C minor 6. And now I want to show you a few chords that can create a movement. Instead of playing G minor 6 and C minor 6, I can create a movement. And then I have a way to C minor 6. So the first chord is G minor 6. When we have a 3-note chord, A, F sharp and C, this is D7 over A. And then we have this chord with B flat, G and D. This is G minor over B flat. And then we have this chord, which is B, G sharp and D, which is a kind of G7 flat 9. If you don't understand it, never mind, just learn the shapes. And then you are in C minor 6. So we have Now we can do the same thing for C minor 6. I just take it one tone above, and here I have this C minor over E flat again. C, E flat, C and G. And then I have something like that. Well, let's start with the hard chord, then take the simple chord, and then take the movement G, D7 over A, G minor over B flat, B diminished, which is like G7 flat 9, and then C minor 7, G over D, C minor over E flat, and C minor again. And to finish this progression, we have D7, D, F sharp, C and D, half tone above, E flat 7, and that's all. Let's see how we play this progression. G minor 6 and 9, G minor 6, G minor 6, and the movement C minor 6 with the movement G minor 6, D7, E flat, D and G minor, and D7 again in the end. Alright, now let's play it. 1, 2, 3 and in the ending you can also play which is a typical ending in the gypsy jazz style. And then you can also see something in my right hand I will show you. But first you start on the 5th degree of the chord and we just play chromatic run. Alright? When we play rest stroke technique, we play from our elbow, so it's not only from here, from the wrist. We play the down from the elbow and we rest on the string below. So I rest on the first string if I hit the second string. So you have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the whole progression goes like that. So I play. You can add this note and the chord G minor 6 with the 9 here. Alright, so this was a short demonstration about the La Pompe, about the chord progression and the chord shapes that we use. I hope you enjoy it. Bye bye.